If your world has started to look dimmer at night, it's not just age catching up with you. What if your eyes are simply running out of the fuel they need to repair while you sleep? I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley. For over 25 years, I've studied how the aging body heals itself, especially the eyes. And what I've found may surprise you. Your retina doesn't stop repairing after 60. It just needs help finding the right nutrients before bed. So, tonight, I'll walk you through 5 simple foods, ranked by their power to nourish your eyes while you sleep. And the last one? It's something most people would never expect. Most people over 60 think fading eyesight is just part of the deal. You wake up with dry, gritty eyes, reading the morning paper feels harder, and night driving starts to feel unsafe. But in truth, this decline isn't just about age, it's about energy. Inside your eyes are millions of cells that behave like tiny solar panels. Every night, while you sleep, they're supposed to recharge, clearing out waste, repairing damaged tissue, and restoring focus for the day ahead. But that process depends on what you feed them before bed. When those cells don't get the right nutrients, the light you see becomes dimmer, the contrast fades, and independence quietly slips away. I've spent decades studying this pattern in my older patients. Some lost their confidence behind the wheel because of glare. Others stopped reading late into the evening because their vision tired too fast. Yet, when we adjusted their nutrition, not just what they ate, but when, many began to notice something remarkable. Their eyes seemed to wake up clearer, their nights brighter, and their mornings easier. You see, the eyes are part of your nervous system. They never truly rest, they only repair. And science now shows that certain foods, eaten in the last few hours before sleep, can nourish the retina exactly when it's most active in self-repair. These foods don't replace medical care, but research suggests they may support your eye's natural ability to protect and renew themselves long after you turn off the lights. So, tonight, instead of reaching for another supplement or staring at another glowing screen, I want to show you 5 simple foods that may help your vision restore itself from the inside out. And we'll start with one that most people overlook, yet your retina absolutely depends on it. Wild salmon, the night fuel for your eyes. When I first began studying how the body repairs itself at night, I noticed something striking. The retina, this paper-thin layer at the back of your eye, acts like a small energy factory. Every cell there depends on one particular type of fat to rebuild and function clearly. And that fat is called DHA, a form of omega-3 that's found abundantly in wild-caught salmon. Half of your retina is literally built from DHA. When that supply runs low, the membrane around your visual cells becomes fragile, the signals slow down, and dim light suddenly feels harder to interpret. But when you replenish DHA in the evening, your eyes have the raw material they need for overnight restoration. Studies from the Journal of Nutritional Metabolism, 2019, found that seniors with higher DHA intake maintained significantly sharper contrast sensitivity and recovered faster from glare at night. That means clearer vision when driving after sunset and less strain when reading under lamplight. But salmon offers another secret ally, astaxanthin, a reddish antioxidant that acts as a shield for your retina. It's what gives salmon its pink color and what protects its cells from oxidative stress in deep, cold waters. In your body, astaxanthin works the same way, guarding your eyes against damage from blue light, computer screens, and indoor LEDs that silently age vision. The way you prepare it matters. Bake or steam a fillet of wild salmon at a low temperature, around 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes, to keep those delicate oils intact. Avoid frying. High heat destroys the omega-3s you're trying to preserve. Add a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of turmeric for anti-inflammatory synergy. Eat about 4 ounces 2 hours before bed, paired with something steady like quinoa or steamed greens. It's a gentle ritual, one that feeds your eyes while your body drifts towards rest. But what most people miss is that your retina doesn't just need fuel, it needs color, and the next food delivers it in a form your body can absorb almost instantly. Egg yolks, the golden shield for aging eyes. For decades, many people were told to skip the yolk, to fear cholesterol, to toss away the richest part of the egg. But the truth is, if you're over 60, that golden center may be the very thing your eyes have been missing. Very thing your eyes have been missing. Inside every egg yolk lies a concentrated source of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that act like internal sunglasses for your eyes. These pigments accumulate in the macula, the tiny central part of the retina that lets you see fine details, faces, and words on a page. When macular pigment thins with age, glare becomes harsher, focus fades, and colors lose their brilliance. But research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2017, found that seniors who increased their intake of lutein and zeaxanthin reduced their risk of macular degeneration by 41%. Here's the key. These nutrients are fat-soluble, which means they need a carrier to reach your retinal cells. That's where the cholesterol in the yolk does its quiet, essential work. It's not the villain, it's the vehicle. It carries those pigments through your bloodstream, straight into the membranes that protect your macula. To preserve their full potency, keep the cooking gentle. Overheating destroys lutein's delicate structure. Soft scrambling or poaching in a little grass-fed butter or ghee is perfect. Low heat, slow stir. The deeper the orange color of the yolk, the more nutrient-rich it is, which is why pasture-raised organic eggs outperform the pale factory versions found in most stores. Having one or two in the evening, about 90 minutes before bed, gives your body the perfect window to absorb those carotenoids and deploy them during the retina's nightly repair cycle. And just as your body absorbs light during the day, it absorbs nourishment in rhythm, which leads us to one of the most fascinating discoveries about eye health, a fruit that taught even wartime pilots how to see through the dark. Bilberries, the twilight fruit that strengthens night vision. During World War II, Royal Air Force pilots noticed something extraordinary. Before their night missions, they would eat spoonfuls of bilberry jam and soon reported seeing more clearly through the dark. For years, this story was treated as legend, but modern research now confirms what those pilots discovered by instinct. Bilberries truly help the eyes adapt to low light. These small, deep blue berries are loaded with anthocyanins, pigments that strengthen the delicate capillaries in your eyes and help regenerate rhodopsin, the protein your retina uses to process light in dim conditions. As we age, rhodopsin renewal slows down, which is why headlights at night can feel blinding and street signs seem to blur. But when anthocyanins enter the bloodstream, they accelerate this renewal, helping the eyes recover more quickly from glare and focus in darkness again. A 2-year study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that older adults supplementing with bilberry extract slowed macular degeneration progression by up to 70%. That's not a miracle. It's simply your biology remembering how to work efficiently again. The best part? You don't need exotic extracts to benefit. One handful of fresh or thawed frozen bilberries in the evening, eaten raw, delivers their full potency. Cooking destroys their fragile compounds, so keep them cool and simple. And here's a subtle trick. Pair them with a few raw walnuts. The healthy fats enhance anthocyanin absorption and calm retinal inflammation, creating a synergy that magnifies their effect. Avoid pairing bilberries with citrus or vitamin C supplements at the same time. Those can interfere with absorption. Think of this as an evening ritual, a small bowl of berries, a handful of walnuts, perhaps a quiet moment by the window before bed. It's not just a snack, it's training for your eyes to rediscover clarity in darkness. But what happens when we give the retina not only antioxidants, but actual energy? The next food may be the closest thing we have to a nightly spark for vision repair. Saffron, the golden thread that awakens, retinal energy. There's a reason ancient healers called saffron the golden thread. Beyond its color and aroma, this delicate spice carries compounds that may help the eyes do something once thought impossible: reactivate energy and damage retinal cells. Saffron contains two remarkable carotenoids, crocin and crocodin, that can penetrate directly into the retina and influence how photoreceptor cells produce energy. These compounds stabilize mitochondria, the microscopic power plants inside every retinal cell. And when those mitochondria regain balance, light sensitivity improves, and the cells begin repairing instead of breaking down. A landmark trial published in the Journal of Ophthalmology, 2021, showed that older adults with early macular degeneration who took saffron daily experienced measurable improvements in visual function within 3 months. Some participants even regained sensitivity to light and color that had been lost for years. To make use of saffron's potential, it must be treated gently. Boiling destroys its active compounds. Heat unlocks its color, but not its healing chemistry. The best approach is to steep about 15 to 20 threads in warm milk, not hot, for 15 minutes. The healthy fats in the milk help carry crocin and crocin straight into circulation, where they can reach your eyes during deep sleep. Drink this soothing cup about an hour before bed. Many of my older patients describe something surprising after a few weeks: colors appearing more vivid, reading becoming easier, even nighttime walks feeling safer. But perhaps what's most striking is how calm they feel before sleep, because saffron also helps regulate cortisol, allowing both mind and vision to rest. So each night, as you stir those golden strands into your cup, remember this: you're not just preparing a drink, you're fueling a signal, a quiet reminder to your cells that it's still possible to see clearly again. And yet, there's one final ingredient that brings everything together: the fuel that powers not just the eyes, but the very neurons that make sight possible. Raw cacao, the nighttime fuel for retinal regeneration. Of all the foods that may nourish the eyes, none feels more indulgent or more misunderstood than raw cacao. Most people only know it as the base of chocolate, but in its pure, unprocessed form, cacao is closer to medicine than dessert. Inside this dark, earthy powder lies one of the most powerful flavonoids known to science, epicetecin. This compound increases ocular blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the retina's hard-working cells. It also stimulates the growth of new mitochondria, helping tired eye cells regain energy. In other words, it doesn't just protect your vision, it may recharge it. In 2018, researchers from Frontiers in Nutrition found that participants who consumed raw cacao experienced improved visual acuity and contrast sensitivity within hours, thanks to enhanced circulation to the optic nerve. For older adults, that means sharper focus and less eye fatigue, especially after long days of reading or screen time. Raw cacao also contains theobromine, a mild compound that relaxes blood vessels while keeping your mind alert, an ideal state for both sleep and repair. But to unlock these benefits, cacao must remain unroasted. The Dutch processed cocoa found in most supermarkets has been stripped of its active compounds. Here's how to use it properly. Mix 2 tablespoons of raw cacao powder into a cup of warm cashew or almond milk. Add a pinch of cinnamon and a touch of cayenne. These not only enhance flavor, but improve nutrient absorption and stabilize blood sugar through the night. Drink it about 45 minutes before bed, ideally on an empty stomach, so your body can focus on absorption rather than digestion. Many describe waking the next morning with their eyes feeling awake, as if someone had turned up the brightness of the world. That's not magic. It's biology working in rhythm again. So, as you sip, think of it less as a treat and more as a quiet signal to your body. Repair is happening now. And as we close this nightly ritual, one truth becomes clear. Your eyes were never failing you. They were simply waiting to be nourished the right way. Every night, while you sleep, your body writes its own repair story. The heart slows, the brain restores, and deep within the eyes, the smallest of cells work tirelessly to keep you connected to the world you love. Most people never realize that this quiet repair depends not on luck or age, but on nourishment and rhythm. You've now seen the 5 foods that may help your eyes find that rhythm again. Wild salmon to rebuild the retina's foundation. Egg yolks to shield the macula. Bilberries to strengthen night vision. Saffron to reawaken cellular energy. And raw cacao to feed the very pathways that connect your eyes to your mind. Each one plays a role in protecting your independence, so you can keep reading to your grandchildren, drive with confidence at dusk, and see the faces that matter most, clearly and without fear. Science tells us these foods may support your vision's natural ability to renew itself. But the greater truth is simpler. Healing isn't something that happens to you. It's something you participate in, one mindful choice at a time. So, tonight when you sit down for that last quiet meal, think of it as an act of care, not habit. You're not just feeding your body, you're telling your eyes, I still need you, I'm still here. And if this message spoke to you, join me in our healthy aging community here. Subscribe, and let's keep uncovering the small, science-backed rituals that help your body remember how to thrive. Because aging doesn't have to mean dimming, it can mean deepening. Your clarity, your energy, your purpose, they're all still within reach. Take care of your eyes, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.